What's up? What's up, Josh? What's up? I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. Instagram, I am live here just to tell you that I am over on YouTube live right now. I'm gonna do the Pulse, and we're gonna build a couple frame staples and half staggered frame staples. So go over to Instagram, saturation station. I'm over on YouTube. So Instagram, go over to YouTube. I'm going to be doing my weekend video on YouTube. There's already a couple people in here. 12 in YouTube, 14 in YouTube, 2 in Instagram. Head over to YouTube, and we will get this video started. Brian, what's up? So while I wait for people, I'm going to show you what I'm vaping. I'm vaping the Trishul, or whatever it's called, by Hell Vape, with the Dead Rabbit and the Dead Rabbit cloud cap. I have some pretty low fused Claptons in here, and I'm vaping Peach Delight by American Liquid Co. Black Cat White Face. B-Rad, what's up? I got my new vape mat from the Resistance crew. Our vape mats, if you're interested in one. I'll be doing a giveaway for one soon, and also you could buy one by getting in contact with Big D. Big D, Mike, Douglas on the team. People, I am over on YouTube, so go check me out. I'm going to get out of here on Instagram. Go over to YouTube to watch the video. Peace. All right. The Mind's Eye, what's up? Charles, what's up? So first we're going to get through these this Pulse setup. So a couple people asked me to do this just to show it off. I'm sure there's a couple videos of it, but I haven't done a video yet, so let us do this. First, let's look at the squonk. All right, so these are both meant to go together. You could use other stuff with them. You could use another mod with this. You could use another RDA with this, but together they're a set. All right, both by Vandy Vape, same people that make like the Icon. They make a bunch of stuff. So this is a squonking setup. So let's look at the squonk box first. So all I have to compare with this is a RAM box. So this is another squonk. It's around the same size for around the same price. This is actually a little more expensive. These go for about 60 bucks, and these go for about 40. So pretty cheap for a mechanical mod. That's exactly what it says. The features are affordable, spring-loaded, locking power safety switch, which I did not know that. I didn't know that I had a locking power safety switch. You could use either 2700 batteries or 18650. It has a 8mm silicone bottle. It holds a lot of juice, and has replaceable front and back panels, which is pretty cool too. So yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of know where it is now. So here it is. I got the black one. There's the hole in the squonk, and like it says on the box, the back and front panels are replaceable, and you could actually buy different color ones to switch it out. So if I wanted to get like a red panel, they would send me the panels, and I could put the red panels on the black frame. All right. So let me put this panel back on. They're all magnetic, and it comes with this silicone sleeve. This is for a battery. So it's already ready to put a 2700 battery in here. It's got the negative, positive. You want to do positive down, and the 2700 fits in there perfectly. All right, but let's say you want to take the battery out. It doesn't have no string or anything, so I pop the back panel off and push the battery through. Let's say you wanted to use an 18650. You put the positive down in the 18650 sleeve and then insert it like this, and now you have an 18650. Now, somebody mentioned it to me and I tried it out. It seems as though it's probably because of the batteries, but the 18650 hits a lot harder than the 2700. The 2700 lasts a long time, but in my experience, the 18650 is just hitting harder, and it's noticeable, very noticeable. But these last longer, and squonking's not absolutely about hitting hard. So let me leave this battery out for a second. So this would be the power switch. I guess you would, oh, okay. So you would just do that and that would break the connection. All right. And then like that, we'll put the connection back on. Okay. So that makes sense. You just flip this up, the connection's off, flip it back down, and the connection's on. I've never used that. So it also has this silicone bottle, which is 8 milliliter. It's very soft, very nice. You hold this metal ring and this metal top to untwist it. You fill it up. You want to leave some space. You want to fill it up to like there, because when you put this hose in, that's going to make the fluid go up. I like to push the hose down a bit. Right. And then you want to hold the ring. You don't want to twist it on by doing this because it's going to squirt the juice out. You want to hold that metal ring and twist it back. And then to put the squonk bottle in there, you put this up, push it down, and you can put your battery in there. Now, I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I am quite fond of it. In comparison with this in the RAM box, I like this so much more. And there's a main reason why. So, first of all, they're about the same size. The Pulse is a tiny bit shorter, but it's also a tiny bit fatter. They're about the same size. The button on the Pulse is way better. I'm not very fond of this button. It's all right. I would say they both hit around the same, but the main thing that there's a couple differences with this. First of all, you can't use 2700 batteries. Second of all, the bottle's a lot smaller, and it doesn't come with a silicone bottle. I had to put this Coil Master silicone in there. But the main reason is this button has wore the pin soft. So basically, I put this piece of plastic in there because without that piece of plastic, it pushes the pin and then it doesn't fire properly. So see, I put a piece of plastic in here because this pushes the pin. You see it? It pushes the pin. Not only that, but because there's a connection here, and that's where the firing happens, it gets these arch marks, and that makes it not fire well also. Plus, it gets wet there because it's so close to the pin. So why is this different from the Pulse? All the mechanics in the Pulse are in the button. There's no moving parts out here. Everything's in the button. So there's no arch marks going to happen out here where the pin is because all the movement's in the button. Nothing moves here when I fire this. And I like that a lot more because this is wearing down. It's getting all these arch marks in it, and I just don't like that. I've put this aside and hardly have used it. The only reason why I'm using it now is because I'm doing this review. It looks awesome. I like how this looks, but all in all, I'd say the Pulse is a better buy, especially since it's cheaper, and you could do the 2 different batteries. So also what they put in here, I don't know what all this stuff is. It looks like this is another spring. Yeah, this is that screw. So they give you another one of them screws. And then I'm not quite sure what this pin is. I could probably figure it out if I really wanted to. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea what that is. It might be a magnet. It might be one of these magnets here. Replacement magnets. Okay. There you go. Thank you. Oh, it's a bunch of them. Okay. These are 4 magnets put together. Cool. Thanks, guys. So that's awesome that they put it. I've never seen that before. Replacement magnets. So definitely worth 40 bucks. Most places, if they have it, like the shop near me, sells the whole setup for like 90 bucks. You could get this and the RDA. But all in all, I mean, this has been my favorite squonk I've used so far. I have 3 squonks. I have this. I have a clone Frankenskull and the Rambox. And all in all, this is my favorite one. The Frankenskull clone seems to hit a little harder. And I think that's really just because it's a clone. And I love this button. I would never really use this locking mechanism because of the button's recessed. I mean, I can't really hit it in my pocket. And I mean, that's a charged battery. This is a 0.11 build, and it fires well. There's no juice on it, but all right. You know what? I think this is hitting better now because I had this was a little open before. I think it definitely hits better with the better connection, to tell you the truth. All right. So that's the box. Now let's move on to the RDA. So the Pulse RDA obviously comes in a bunch of colors as well as this. I got the heat treated. So it's called a BF RDA, bottom fed RDA. All right. So it comes with your pulse, black drip tip, and one of these drip tips. Okay. And the extra stuff it comes with is in here. So it comes with the bottom fed pin in there already. It comes with the squonk pin already attached on there. Unlike other stuff where they put the regular pin in there, but this thing's like made for squonking. It works way better as a squonking RDA than a dripping RDA. A little bit ago, you guys seen that I had that burn on my hand. It's from dripping this RDA. It was just super leaky when I was over dripping. All right, so it comes with one of them drip tip adapters. Extra screws, which I'm definitely going to need because I'm wearing my screws down. I actually may change the screws out to use these because I'm not very fond of the screws that are in there. It comes with a 510 pin for the bottom if you don't want to squonk it. And then it comes with, it looks like it comes with hex screws that you could use instead of the screws that are in there, which are Phillips. And then the little key guy. So I'm going to take the key out. And then you get another drip tip, which is closed in a little more than the black one, I believe. But it's a little fatter and the same height. They're basically the same drip tip, just different colors. All right, you get your destructions. Just read that real quick. If you want to read it, just pause it right there. Okay, so it's got that cool little engraving. Almost reminds me of like the Imperial sign from Star Wars. And it's not closed all the way. So this top cap is 2 pieces. All right. But there is little notches right here. Let me dry it off a bit. I washed it before we went live. So if you could see, there's little notches here, and that grabs these little teeth in here. There's a little tooth, and when you twist it, it clicks in place, and that gets your airflow exactly where it's supposed to be. So the airflow is stationary, but you can open and close it. It only has dual airflow, but it's still awesome with a single coil. So dual airflow, I don't know why they didn't put 2 holes in the other side, because they definitely could have. Oh, no, because of the tubes. That's right. All right. So let's take the top of the top cap off. So this would be the AFC ring. Pop that off. All right. And it's got these little tubes inside, which is very different. And them tubes shoot right to your coils. So let me show you close up here. See them little tubes? It extends the airflow right to the coils. It's very tubular. What's up, Eric? All right. It's a very small chamber when all is said and done. Like when you have the build in there and everything's ready to go, it's a very small chamber. So I do enjoy this Pulse, only for squonking though. I do enjoy it. So it's basically a postless deck. It's got the 4 holes down there. These 2 are positive and these 2 are negative. So your coils are going to go across here. Or if you want to do a single coil, you could do a single coil across. I'm not sure if I have a single coil here right now, but when we build some frame staples, we will put them in here. Like whatever I build right now in this video, we'll throw it in here. The holes could be a little bigger. I wish they were a little bit bigger. I'm not saying they're small holes, but I'm saying I wish they were bigger. Would have been a little cooler if they were bigger. But it's not really a make or break thing with me. It's very fun to build on. Postless decks are always fun to build on. So the screws are down here. So the screws close in the holes here. So this screw comes out. Now these Phillips head screws I'm not a fan of. It seems like they strip very easy. I've already stripped them and I only put like 3 builds in here so far. So you undo this and that opens up the holes. And if you want to do just a regular coil, like a, I don't know, like a 5-wrap alien or something. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, here's a 5-wrap alien right here. If you want to do like a 5-wrap alien, you just drop them in there and tighten down the screws. Very easy to install postless decks. All right. Now, what's really cool about this, besides the airflow and that it's a postless deck, is the fact that these little dishes for your wick. So let me just take that coil again. So this coil goes in like this, one in the negative, one in the positive. All right. and then the wick comes out and goes into this dish. The squonking comes out of these little channels. So when you press that button, it shoots out here right to your cotton. So I find if you wick this fairly tight, it shoots into your cotton and it like runs right up the coil. It doesn't really fill the whole dish, and this is why it's better than dripping this, why the squonking's better, because it doesn't fill the whole dish. It just fills in there, and if you wick it tight, it'll shoot up the cotton right into the coil. Like you could actually hear it. Like if you dry your coil off and then you squonk it, you hear it. Like a second after you squonk, you hear the coil go tss. So it's very cool how it shoots up there. I really like how this thing squonks. And yes, this is 24 millimeter. This is the Pulse 24. They do make a 22, but it's a bit different than this. So these go great together. This box and this RDA is a great combo. But they're both great separate too. If you want to put this on something different, if you want to put something else on top of the box, that's fine. Nobody's going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you anyway. So if you want to do a single coil, this is a big single coil. I actually put this in the drop the other day, but it looks like I gotta close in the leads a bit to get it into here. Alright, push it down into there and take the Phillips, close it in, take this Phillips, close it in, and that's about how easy it is to install a single coil after you cut the leads the proper length. And then you could just twist it here. And then you have to check to make sure that it's lined up. That's actually no good. I would definitely have to do a smaller coil in there. That's no good how that is. It's like right near the tube there. That's no bueno. 3 wrap. Oh no, I'm sorry. I had it in the wrong position. I thought that was a little weird. It is good. It's fine. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Alright. There it is. So it's clicked in and perfect. How awesome is that? It's probably great single coil. I haven't put a single coil in here and vaped it yet, but I mean that's a big pitchfork I got in there. Nice size pitchfork. All right. And like I said, it is great for squonking. I mean, I can't stress that enough. This is way better for squonking than it is for dripping. But I do want to try something. I want to see if those Allen keys are... That coil is like a 0.11, but I'm not worried about that right now. That's just to show you guys how to do a single coil. I'm not too worried about what it's ohmed out at right now. But it's like a 0.11. I don't want to digress from what I'm doing. I don't know if they sell replacement bottles. So, yes, these Allen screws are for mounting, which I'm super psyched about because I really don't like these Phillips heads. I am not a fan of these. I'm stripping them out really quickly. You can kind of see this one's already beat up. Do the Coil Master bottles work in the Pulse? Let's check. Shit, I actually... Where is my other one? Here it is. So, here's a Coil Master bottle. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Seems like I got a lot of people up in here already for a different time frame than what I usually do. So, let us see. I'd rather use this. It's bigger and it's silicone, so I'd rather use this, but the Coil Master, it kind of fits. I had to cut down the tube of my one Coil Master, which is fine. So the tube's not the issue. The issue may be, I don't know if it matters or not, but this metal piece is kind of touching this screw here. I'm not sure if that matters or not. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. Let's see. Let's be daring. These guys can watch me blow up my hands live. Ready? It fits. I probably wouldn't do it though, but it does fit. It looks great black. I kind of like that, but I think I'm gonna just leave the regular bottle in there. I'll use this for another squonk. It's just a bit tall for it. See how just a little bit taller it is? So, there you go. All right. Oops, sorry. So now I'm going to keep these Allen keys out. I'm going to put this stuff back and we will get to the build. So what I want to do is I wanted to do something a little simpler for a couple reasons. I have been getting a lot of beginners watching and people that aren't. You know, I can't just keep doing crazy builds all the time, but the frame staple I'm going to do is going to be a wide frame staple, but it's going to come out to a high ohm. Like, it's not going to be a super low build. It's going to be a safe build, something you could put on your Mac or on your box. So basically I'm going to be using 0.3 ribbon and 30 gauge frames for a frame staple. So it's going to be a 10 ply 0.3 30 gauge nichrome frames, Canthal ribbon, nichrome frames, and then we're going to wrap it with some 40 gauge. And then after we're done that, we're going to make a half staggered frame staple. So a frame staple that's halfway covered all the way and halfway staggered. It's kind of like this coil here. It's almost exactly like this coil is what we're going to do. This doesn't have frames on this side, but it has a frame in here. So that's what we're going to do. What's up, tokes? Just take this last screw out because I do not dig these Phillips in here. I'd much rather do the Allen keys. And there she goes. Even though I'm going to be taking this build out in a second, but whatever. Okay. So there it is, the Pulse setup together. It works great. the 510 does protrude too, so if you had a hybrid squonk, something, you could do that. Put the cap back on. Okie dokie. Let's put this back for now. Put the screws in here. And let's get to the frame staple. All right. It's clobbering time. Okie dokie. So I did already cut some of my ribbon. I already have ribbon out and ready, but I need one more piece. So I hope I got enough here to do it. If not, I have another spool somewhere. So I got 0.3 Canthal. I already cut 4 pieces of it. I got them here. So I'm going to get my 5th piece out. I'm going to grab it here. Stretch it out. Damn, all the way. 18 inches. Give it a stretch to make it straight. Nah, it's... Nope, fuck this. It's got tape glue on it, so I'm not using this. There's tape at the end, and when I took it off, there's glue on it. So let's get... I have some Coil Society handy. So I'm gonna get out 18 inches, stretch it to make it straight, and cut it with some scissors. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to do is get out my water. I want to take a vape. Get out some, not 28. I'm going to have some 30, but I also want to get out some 40 gauge to wrap up my wire. Well, it's an option to get a vinyl sticker or not get a vinyl sticker. Vinyl sticker doesn't bleed the ink, and it's a little more slippery if that's what you like to. If you like it to slide through your fingers a little better. Get out some 40 gauge. And I have my hot glue and my lighter here. Now I'm going to grab all 5 pieces of 0.3 Canthal. I'm going to run my fingers down to the end. I'm going to take my scissors and cut it at the shortest point and at the cleanest point. Take my fingers, run it down again. I'm going to come to this end and cut this end clean as well. Get that ribbon, throw it out. Now I'm going to take both ends, bring them together, and bend all 10 pieces together. Well, 5 pieces to make 10. So get them over top of each other. Pinch, pinch, pinch until they stack up properly. You can kind of just feel it. And I could pinch it in. 0.3 is a little more tricky to work with, because it's smaller. But if you're just patient, you can get it. So I'm going to take that, right? And I'm going to get my swivel hook. I'm going to put it in there. And I'm going to pinch that together just like that. Focus. Focus. Okay. Now I can take the 40 gauge, and I cut off the spool and wrap up this loop about 10 times. Run my fingers down to the end. I'm going to cut all these clean. Okay. Now I can cut this 40 off. I'm going to pinch the loop here. Run my fingers down. Get some water on my fingers. Index and thumb. I definitely like using water for 0.3 ribbon. And that's going to kind of glue the wire together for a minute. Yeah, I don't know if I could do this build mat here all the time. My camera just wants to keep focusing because of the build mat. It's kind of annoying. But I think I'm getting a new white table very soon, so. Got that 40 wrapped on there. Now I'm going to pinch that 40. Bring it all the way down to the end. And the staple's ready for now. Now I'm going to get a piece of 30 gauge micron. I'm going to grab it with my needle noses and stretch it out the 18 inches just like I did the ribbon. Give it a tug to make it straight. And snip it. So this is going to be a fairly wide coil, but it's not going to be a low coil. It's still going to be above a 0.1. But it's going to be a wide coil. Lots of surface area. It's going to light up quick. But it's not going to be a super low build. So now I'm going to take that 30 gauge and put the 30 gauge loop over the ribbon loop. And then I'm going to grab my 40 gauge. And I'm going to wrap this top again, now with the 30 gauge on there. Alright, now I can run my fingers down. Run it down again. Make sure that that 30 is very flimsy because it's still a thin wire. So I'm going to run it down halfway. Get the 40 gauge again. Wrap it. What's up, John? Put about 5 wraps in the 40 gauge. And leave the 40 gauge a little long, but still cut it. And then I'm going to take, I think I have a piece of ribbon here. Where is that piece of ribbon? Yep, I got a piece of 0.4 ribbon just chilling here. I'm going to take that piece of 0.4 ribbon and do very deliberate wraps right over that 40 gauge. After 3 wraps, I'm going to crimp it down. I'm going to do 1 more wrap. I'm going to crimp it down again. And that's going to be my slider. Now, I'm going to take the 40 gauge, slide it all the way down to the end. And then I'm going to take that slider and slide it a half an inch away from the end. Flip it, bring that 40 gauge down as close to the end as I can. And then I'm going to take the bit I left over and do a couple more wraps nice and tight. And then I could cut that off. Now I'm going to take hot glue and dab it right over that 40 gauge there. Alright. I'm going to get my hot glue, heat it up. Dab it right over the 40. It wasn't a used car, it was a new car. While it dries, I'm just going to push tension away from each other. So I'm grabbing it on both ends and kind of stretching it as that glue dries there. So obviously I'm doing this video because tomorrow's New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I'm not going to be able to do a video. I was going to do it tonight, but there's a UFC tonight that I'm watching, so it's Chris Cyborg versus Holly Holm. So I couldn't do it tonight, so that's why we're doing it now. It is what it is. Okay. It's an alright card. It's kind of shitty for the end of the year. It's alright. I'm more looking forward to the I'm more looking forward to the Khabib versus Barboza fight. Um, I have a feeling Khabib's gonna fucking maul him like he does everybody else, but I would really like to see Barboza win. I really would, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I would love to see him kick him in the face. It would make that division a lot more interesting. But that fight, if Khabib wins, it's going to force Conor to do something. He's going to have to make a decision, because after that, if Khabib wins, he's got to fight for one of the belts. So they're not going to make him fight for the interim. They're going to make him fight for the real belt, which means they're going to strip Conor if he doesn't fight. So either Conor has to fight Ferguson, or they're going to take his belt. It's got to happen, because after tonight, if Khabib wins, they're going to have two number ones. Micro alien, nice. What size was the micro alien? Well, that's why I'm on here early, John. See, Coil's come before UFC. I didn't cancel, did I? Nope. Could have said, fuck it. I ain't doing shit. I ain't fucking doing shit. Alright. So we're ready to wrap this staple up. So let me get this guy onto my swivel. So I can take my swivel here, stick it through the 0.3, clamp it down. I'm going to attach this to my swivel setup on my table. And now I'm going to switch camera. What's up, everybody? See the daylight. Okay, so now I'm going to get my regular drill. Awesome. Are you asking me if I have Instagram? I am Instagram, motherfucker. It's the same. 26 and 28. Are you saying that's your micro? Hmm? My handle is the same as my YouTube. And .divine 83. It almost amazes me when people don't know that I have an Instagram, or they've never seen my Instagram. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if you don't know me from Instagram, you ain't seen shit yet. I have to, I mean, in my opinion, my Instagram's way better than my YouTube. Way better. You get more of an understanding of what I could actually do on Instagram. I see why people like the videos, but to actually see really what's going on, I would definitely go over to Instagram and check out my feed and flip through there. And if you've never seen Coil Wars on Homeboy Josh's channel, yeah, you should definitely go watch season 1 of Coil Wars. Alright, let's wrap this guy up with some 40. I got some 40 gauge. Do I have any 38? I don't have enough 30. Maybe this is enough 38. Is this enough 38? This is enough 38. I'm going to do it with 38. I'd rather do it with 38. Let's do it with 38. I think this is enough. Let's see. This may be enough 38. I just showed it off. It's the Trishul by Helvate. Alright. Gonna start off slow. I wrapped my 38 around one of the pieces of 30 sticking out of my drill. Gonna start slow. Get a little bit done and crimp it down, make it nice and flat. What the fuck is this? Alright, I'm going to get my slider a little closer to where I'm fusing because this is all small wires. I don't want them to collapse. I mean, this is 10 pieces of 0.3 and 30 gauge frame, so it's fairly small. Now it's just about fusing it just like any other fuse. Just nice and tight. The quicker you go, the tighter you could get it. Just make sure you get the right angle. If you make any mistakes, go back and fix it. Don't be afraid to reverse if you make a mistake. Oh, I gotta cut my 30 gauge because it's hitting my camera. Cut that guy. Cut that guy. Start slow, get your angle, get your tension. And oh. .38 looks like it's a little banged up at the end of this spool. Sorry guys, this camera's kind of like right where my fusing's going. What the hell? Make sure that all my staples are staying flat. It's good to pull tension back on the drill so that everything stays nice and tight. If you see anything happening with the staples, just crimp it ahead, slide. I'm holding the wire about 16 inches away from the stack. The spool's done, so I had to kind of throw the spool. And I am holding a little bit of tension. You don't want to hold too much tension to where it messes up your stack, but you want to hold good tension so that it wraps nice and tight. So when you go to wrap your coils, everything stays. What's up, Sherlock? Fusing with my fingers right now because the spool is no longer here. And actually, I'm just gonna. This is the end. So I just space fuse it. Alright. So now I want to see how much I actually got, because I think it's enough for 2 coils, but I want to make sure. So let me take, because if it's not enough, I'll unfuse it a coil's worth, and it's enough. Got like 7 inches or so. I could have unfused it a coil worth and just picked up another spool of 38 and did it. What I may do is take I have another small spool of 38. I'm just going to clap in about 1 inch for a lead, just in case I want to do 6 wraps or something with this. Actually, I think I'm going to do 5 wraps, but just enough for a lead. About 1 inch I did. Okay. Take this. Back wrap it. Well, I back wrapped it, now I'm unback wrapping it just to get it off. Now I can cut this from the drill, get it off the swivel. Let's take a gander, shall we? So it doesn't look like anything special on the outside. A tight 38 fuse. And 10 pieces of 0.3, 30 gauge frames. Okay. So now I can cut the excess off, cut the hot glue off, make sure it's all cut off. You don't want to be vaping any hot glue. And then I can take this, grab it with my needle noses, get my 3mm bit, and wrap it. It's not going to be that hard to wrap because it's 0.3 ribbon, wraps pretty easy, and it's got frames, so not too bad. So I'm going to do 4 wraps to start off. And, what? Huh? Your nose was? Are you alright? Your mom's not home? Okay. Flip the camera around. Flip the build around. Grab it with the needle noses and wrap. 2. And 4 wrap, and I'm going to make these 5 wraps. So I'm just going to take this. I want to make sure that I get all the clean wire. check them out. Seems like you're getting obstacle after obstacle, Sherlock. Hope everything fucking starts to turn around. So these are pretty wide coils, but they're pretty, they're not going to be very low because it's all very small, thin wires. You can see it's not a very humongous coil, but it's a wide coil. Lots of surface area. 10 pieces of 0.3 Canthal and 30 gauge nichrome frames with 38 wrap. So now what I like to do, we'll throw this in the pulse real quick. Actually, no, let's build the other coils real quick, right? And then we'll throw them into the pulse. I'll put these aside for now. We're going to build the other coils, throw them in a pulse. Guys, give me 1 minute. My daughter was just talking about she had her nose bleeding, so give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. I just want to make sure everything's all right and text her mom real quick. All right, so now we're going to do a half staggered staple, and that is going to be a lot like this coil right here, or a half staggered frame staple. I've done a half staggered staple before, but we're going to do a frame staple, so it's going to have frames on either side. All right, so we're going to do, it's going to end up being 6 pieces of ribbon and 2 frames, but the 6 pieces of ribbon, you know, 3 are going to be fully covered and 3 are going to be seen. In fact, am I going to do 3 or am I going to do 8 or 4? Let's do 4. We're going to do 4 on each side, frames, and we're going to have staggered. It's a really cool looking build when it's done, and it vapes really good. So let's do that, and I'm going to throw them into the pulse when we're done. It doesn't take that long to do this coil. It just takes a little bit longer than a frame staple would. But not too bad. So I do want to do this because I'm kind of getting sick of my camera keep focusing. My camera keep focusing. Okay. So this time we're going to use some 0.4 ribbon. I'm probably going to mix the ribbon a bit. But this side's going to be, the side that's going to be completely covered is going to be all canthal. So first, I need 2 pieces of canthal at 16 inches, 2 pieces of 0.4. Get some 0.4 canthal, or 18 inches rather, just to have a little extra to work with. So I'm going to take it from the end, stretch it out about 18 inches, give it a tug to make it straight, and cut. And get one more piece, like so, 18 inches, make it straight, cut, and now I can put this away. Now I'm going to take these pieces and fold them in half. Awesome, Nick Roberts. Cool, yeah. Sometimes it's good to go on because different people get to see me at different times. So maybe I'll do it more often where I'll switch up the times and try to get on at around this time sometimes. But the time slot I usually do is usually good for a lot of people too. So late on Saturday and Sunday nights is a good time to be on. Alright, so I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to get a piece of 40 gauge that I have just sitting here and wrap this loop. And I'm just going to leave this wire hanging right now. And now I'm going to get out what I'm going to use for my frame. So I'm going to use 27 gauge for my frame. So I'm going to take 27 gauge and I'm going to get out about 9 inches worth. Stretch it to make it straight. Cut it. And now I'm going to take the ribbon. I'm going to take the 27 gauge, put it next to the ribbon, and I'm going to bend the 27 gauge over the loop of the ribbon. So I'm going to make a little loop out of the 27 gauge to go over the ribbon. I just need to cut this little 90 off here that's there. And now that I have it over that, I'm going to wrap it all together. Make sure everything stays the way I want it. I could run my fingers down. I'm going to get some water on my fingers. Pinch, ride it down. Get another piece of 40 gauge. Wrap It's the 40, bring it down to the other end. I'm going to cut one of the long pieces of 40 off, but leave the other on. And now wrap. All right. There it is. 4 pieces of ribbon parallel to 27. I'll bind it together. And now I just want to hot glue each end, because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to use the loop method for this. I've done this coil a couple times and I've used the loop method for it. Even though it's not a square build, it seems to work fine when I loop method this kind of a build. I think because half of it's round, it just drops right over. So we're going to try it. I usually don't like loop method in 40 gauge, but I suppose we'll try. Now I'm going to put this loop onto the swivel. Change the camera around a sec. And now I'm going to grab this stack, pull it away from the swivel, make sure the stack stays where you want it. And I'm pulling good tension away from the swivel, and now I'm going to heat up my hot glue. Dab it on the 40 gauge right here. Nice tight tension. What's up, Alex? Red, what's up? Zach? All right. I can get my drill. Now the 27 gauge is a little longer than the ribbon, which is a good thing. I'm going to bend a 90 in it right after the hot glue, and that gives my drill something to grab onto. Okay. Yeah, I need my 40 gauge again. 40 gauge nichrome. I'm going to take a full spool rotation of 40 gauge and cut it off. And I'm going to use let's try a different RDA this time. The apex cap's pretty good. The drop cap ain't bad neither. I like the apex. It's pretty heavy, pretty husky. but not too heavy. So I'm going to take the 40 gauge and put it through the apex. So I just got a heavy cap. And now I'm going to tie a knot in my 40 gauge here. You could also twist it, hot glue it. Sometimes I feel the hot glue makes the wire weak because it was heated up. Twisting it is good. I'm just a weirdo. Sometimes I don't trust it. I got trust issues, so Daddy didn't love me. Daddy wasn't there. So I got trust issues with twisted wire. That's what I think is going on, at least. There's my loop. Now I can take the 40 gauge, wrap it around the Let's try this again. Wrap it around the 27. Now I'm going to clapton onto this a bit. Make sure the stack stays how I want it to stay. And now I'm going to put a couple space wraps in it, just like 5 space wraps. And make sure everything looks good by crimping it with the tweezers. All right. Now I put the loop onto the wire. Very important that I put it on the drill side. It's got to be behind the fusing. And I'm going to drop that loop in the last space made from what I just did with the space clapton. See it? The fuse wire is the one furthest away from the drill, and the loop's the one swinging. Now once I get this started, I'm not going to want to stop. So I'll do a close-up, but I'm not going to keep moving it. I just want to go straight down this wire without stopping. This ain't gonna work. Not with my, what you would call it, being stubborn. My loop's pretty stubborn, or my tripod's been stubborn. I want to keep a nice 90-degree angle. What is up with this spool? Come on, man, are you serious? There's something wrong with this spool. Really? This ain't good. Alright. Alright. That spool's been acting up ever since I got it. Damn it. There's like a kink in it that ain't coming out. Now I'm going to take this 40 gauge spool and hand wrap it around here. And then get my loop. I should have made this loop bigger, but we'll see what happens. So the loop is behind my fusing wire. Yep. Should have made the loop bigger. I gotta do that. I'm not even sure if it's enough weight or if the loop needs to be bigger. I don't know. Put this 40 aside. I could use that to bind my builds. And I'm going to get out about 2 rotations on the spool. So the bigger the loop is, the more it could go around stacks that are rectangular. If it's a small loop, it's going to have a hard time getting around that. Really? Are you kidding me? Well, I think the kink's out of my wire now. Now that I've wasted 30 feet of it. All right. There's a bigger loop here. Shit, it's almost touching my table. It's so big. Jesus. Now that it's a lot bigger, I may need more weight. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. So whenever I need more weight, I just take one of these and just clip it on there. Just add stuff onto there. It's pretty easy to find stuff. Sometimes I'll even put my ceramic tweezers into the RDA. Get the loop into the last space made, and let's see how this works now. This is working horrible. Fuck this. This is why I just parallel fuse. Look how much wire I just wasted in the past fucking 10 minutes. And time. It's aggravating. It's just... My only problem is this 40 gauge gonna act up on me. I think it's good. Alright. Let me do this my way now. .40 gauge in the bag. Two pieces of 40. Wrap it. 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 I don't think the weight's are the issue, it's the stack that I'm doing. It might have been the weight. Of course, the 27 broke. It's been going back and forth the past 10 minutes. There goes the battery. So when your battery's dying, it absolutely affects the way you fuse, because you try to start to slow down for the battery. And switching the speed of your left hand is difficult midway through. Alright, there you go. So now let me take the wire closest to the swivel and cut it flush. The wire closest to the drill, leave an inch on, cut it, drill in reverse, and pull off the one clapton. Pull it off on a 90-degree angle. Alright. It was 20 minutes. Jesus. Let's see what it looks like, and then we're going to make the same stack, put it next to this, and then use them together. They're dropping like flies. Wow. I said, fuck this guy. So now I'm going to make that same stack, put it next to this, and fuse them. So this half, I'm going to do all stainless steel. So I have 27 gauge stainless steel here. I used Nichrome 27 on that side. And I'm going to get out a 10-inch piece, just like I did before. And now I'm going to get stainless steel 0.4. And I'm going to get out about 18 inches of it. Give it a little stretch. And cut it. And then do that again. 18 inches. Give it a little stretch to make it straight and cut it. And now I can put that back. Get this at the nastiest part and cut it. Get both ends together like this. Bend it in half. Loop it up. Get some 40 gauge. I got plenty of it here. And wrap this loop nice and tight. Cut that. Now I can get my 27 gauge stainless steel. Put it next to the stack. Bend it over the loop, making a loop out of the 27 gauge. That goes right over the ribbon loop. Get them nice and straight. 27 over the ribbon and tie them together with the 40 gauge. Nice and tight. No fucking around. Do like 50 wraps. Okay. Cut that 27 down a bit. Run my fingers down this stack. I'm going to get some water. Get some 40, do a 5 wrap in the middle, pinch that 40, bring it all the way down to the end, and then cut the 40 off. I'm leaving the one end of the 40 is going to remain long down here. And now I'm going to take this loop and put it next to this loop. Making sure that the ribbons are face to face with each other and the frames are on the outside, because that just makes sense if the frames are on the outside. And then I'm going to take some more 40 gauge and wrap these two together. run my fingers down halfway, get a little piece of 40 gauge, and do a spaced wrap, just like a 5 wrap, just to hold the middle together until I get up to that point when fusing. And I could slide my fingers down more, get another little piece, and do like a 3 wrap, spaced. And then I could go to the end. And wow, the one's way longer than the other. So I'm going to get my 40 gauge. And wrap these together down where the drill's going to go. Making sure that the staples are face to face with each other. Now I'm going to hot glue this end that's going to go into the drill. Make sure everything looks good first. It does. Get my hot glue, get the lighter, heat it up. Dab it, let it cool down. Cut the extra ribbon off. I'm going to cut the 27, but leave it a little long. Bend a 90 in it so my drill could grab onto it. And I'll show you what everything looks like before I put it in the drill and start fusing. Whoops, the moon. Yep, second build. Okay, let's get it on the swivel and fuse this shit together. I could put either one of these loops on, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put the one on that's already fused a bit. Get it as center and flat into the drill, tighten it down, making sure that nothing messes up when I do so. Everything's good. Now I could get one of my spools of 40. Take the 40, wrap it around the 27 that's now sticking out of my drill. Start slow. Get a nice start. Make sure the build's flat. And it should fuse just like a regular staggerton. Maybe even a little easier, really, because it's not in the middle, the fuse, it's on the end. Half staggers usually fuse pretty easily, so fuse a little bit and crimp it. Just in the beginning, you're going to have to do this. Usually after you get a good amount done, it's going to stay together like a frame staple would. Suppose if you wanted to, you could skip fuse this as well. Alright, I'm up to a part where there's 40 gauge here. So I'm going to unwrap the 40. I'm going to use the coils. I'm up to the other piece of 40 gauge that I space wrapped on here, so I could take that off, and that's the last one. I could just run down this build after that. Yeah, I think nylon pliers are a must. all about the spacing. If your spacing is good, you could fuse it this quick because it's in the same spot every time. If the spacing isn't even and consistent, it's going to be a bitch. They're Beetle-on. I got them at AC Moore. You could get them online. You could buy anything online. You could literally buy shit and mail it to somebody online. You could buy anything online. I got mine at AC Moore. You could buy bottled farts and send them to people. You could buy crabs, gonorrhea, and send it to somebody. You could be like my daughter and buy a purse that's shaped like an avocado. Anything. You can find it all online. Alright. But these are Beetle-on, so I'm sure Beetle-on has a website. Alright, let's cut it off. And let me show you a close-up of what it looked like. And then we'll wrap up some coils and install it in the Pulse. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Was it worth all the aggravation? It sure was. It sure was. Love how these look. I'm sure you guys know that I love me some half staggers. Pretty fun. This is just a different look to it. It doesn't have a square look, it has a rounded look. Even on the other side. This should color up pretty cool because all the wires on the one side are stainless and nothing else is. That's the beginning of the wire where I started. Okay, okay. All right. Give me measure. Take it at 4 inches. Cut it. Now I'm going to take this piece, and it wraps like a frame staple. It's not very hard to wrap. Just like a frame staple, really. Take it with my needle nose. Bring it down. And I'm going to make these a 5 wrap. I could do 6, but I don't really want to. I'm going to do 5. So I'm going to do what I want. All right, there's one. Let me try to flip the camera around and wrap the next one. I can see it. Shut up. Vapes a lot like a frame staple. It looks like a frame staple. The specs are like a frame staple. Chances are it's going to vape like a frame staple. Okay, so now when installing into the Pulse, since it's a pulseless RDA and it's not like the Dead Rabbit or the Drop where you could just cut it after you put it in there. Nope, that don't work. So you need to pre-cut the leads, which is no big deal if you do what I'm about to do. So let me pop that guy off. Let me get this single coil out of here. And now I take my coil and I cut it just a little bit lower. So I go a little lower. Cut. Flip. A little lower. Cut. Check it. Drop it in. Push it down. This will just sit on top of the RDA for now. Get this. Damn it. Butterfingers. That's not the right Allen key. I think this is. Yeah. Easy as that. Very easy install. Damn, I got nice distance. Let's check the cap. Notches are there. Notch, notch. They're very close to the holes. That's kind of what you want. I like it to be a little further away so there's no like gargling or anything. Close, close. Okay. Let's see what they look like close up. Shut up. I'm going to color them on Instagram. I'll tell you what the ohms are, but I want to get good pictures of these. I have to do stuff like that. I can't just like color them on here and not take pictures because I don't have enough time to do builds for Instagram and builds for here. The builds for here have to be my Instagram builds. So let's just check the ohms. Holy smokes, they're pretty low to start off. Yeah, they're 0.06 to start. That is not what they're going to be. They're going to be like a 0.9 at the end. They're definitely not going to be a 0.6 after they're all lit up and pulsed and the hot spots are out. They're going to jump up a good amount. I wouldn't even be surprised if they got up to like a 0.1 because that's pretty low to start. I did not expect that, but it is a lot of stainless steel in there. Pat myself on the dick. Not live, like pictures, I mean. Like I'm going to take pictures. I take pictures like this, and then I color them and take pictures. I go through the cycles of coloring. Yeah, it's hard to do full stainless with builds like this. It's just too low. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. A lot of people in here almost the whole time. I mean, 48 when I stop is a lot of people. I usually don't get that many to stay all the way through. Appreciate it if you could hit that like button. That's awesome, especially to fight against the people that are just dicks and like to report my videos that have nothing wrong with them just because they're trolls and they're jealous and they got tiny penises. So yeah. What, are you ordering or you got it? Yeah, I'll be right down. I'm on live. I'm about to get off. Do I want Chinese food? Of course I want Chinese food. Who doesn't want Chinese food? Yeah, I'm dealing with putting I gotta put an appeal in for one of my videos. The one video, I know it got reported because of the music. I think YouTube did that. I'm cool with that. But the pitchfork video I did, somebody reported it for no damn reason. There was no music in there. I wasn't naked that video. So I don't know. Like either somebody hit it on accident and reported me on accident, which I hope that's the case, or somebody's just being a dick and they're just jealous and they just fucking hate their life and they have nothing else better to do than to fucking report my video. So it doesn't matter because if I set an appeal and they find out that there's nothing wrong with the video, that person, you know, gets in trouble themselves. So whatever, but I just rather it not happen. I don't really want to be writing out appeals all day, but it doesn't even matter to me. Like, it's just because it's that video. Any other, I mean, I'll just do that video again. I don't give a shit. So really, if that's what you do is write appeals, or I mean, report videos, I mean, there's going to be more videos coming. I got 100 videos. Probably by the end of the year, I'll have over 200 videos. So whatever. I really don't give a shit. But you will get in trouble if you report my videos for no damn reason. I think you only get 3 of them. If you're reporting shit and nothing's wrong, you only get 3 of them, and YouTube kicks you off. So that's why I got to appeal it. If I don't appeal it, people won't get in trouble. But I'm not even monetized yet. I'm not doing this for money, so that just shows you what kind of person I am. I could really give a shit. I really could. I do this because I like to do it. I don't do it because I'm trying to get paid. I got a good job that you can't report me on, you fuck. What do you mean extra space on the deck? When you put the cap on, there's not a lot of space in there. This is one of the smallest chambers after everything's said and done that there is. The wick goes there. There's like hardly any room left. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. So obviously this is my video for the weekend. I'm going to be putting up a pre-recorded video. So here's what's going to happen. On Tuesday, I'm going to go live, right? And we're going to do Tuesday we're going to go live, and I'm going to do the I'm going to do the new Dead Rabbit stuff on Tuesday. All right, so it's going to be a Dead Rabbit Tuesday, and I'll probably also have a pre-recorded video out. It is a pre-recorded week, but if I have an atomizer, I'll do a live video. So I'm going to do a live video for that. We'll do a build also. Probably not something too crazy. And then I'll have a pre-recorded video. That pre-recorded video is probably going to be a build, but I also want to do a pre-recorded video on cleaning brass mech mods. So I may have just a pre-recorded video for just cleaning a mod. It may not be a build video. If I have enough time to do a build video too, I'll do a pre-recorded build video, but I definitely want to do a cleaning a mod video. And then with the new year, I'm going to try to make some changes. I'm almost at 2,000, so we'll do a giveaway for 2,000. I think I'm only like 23 people away or something like that. 23 people, 2,000. I'll do a little giveaway. And then I'll be making changes in the new year. I'm going to try to figure out like what path I'm going to go with my live videos. I'm going to have to start doing builds all over again. So I may go in some type of an order, or I may even, I was thinking about having like a calendar so you know what builds I'm doing when. So let's say, you know, I might put all the builds like in a hat and randomly like pick out a build and say, you know, this Tuesday I'm doing a frame staple. This Tuesday I'm doing an Enigma. This Tuesday I'm doing a Razorback. This Tuesday I'm doing a staple stagger fuse Clapton. You know, and have it actually dated. And then I may number my videos because it's getting very hard to find stuff on my channel since there's so many videos. I have 100 videos and I've done just about everything, and still people ask me questions and they don't know that I've done stuff because it's just hard to find shit. So I may start doing something like, this is Live Build Tuesday episode 1. This is Live Build Tuesday episode 2. So I'll have episode numbers for the live days, and then the pre-recordeds will keep coming, and hopefully soon I'll have a new camera and videos will be better quality and all that stuff. So I definitely, at some point, I'm going to take a break. I'm not sure when, but at some point I'm going to take a break because I feel as though I've been fucking up a lot lately. I don't know if it comes across, but just builds have been fucking up a lot. And it happens. There's been another point where I did that, and then I just hop back on, and I have a bunch of videos where builds go really good. So we'll see what happens. I was thinking that break was going to be soon. Maybe it will be. Maybe I'll take a week or off or so, and just do pre-recorded videos and no lives for a little bit, but we'll see. It also depends what kind of atomizers I get in. I'm planning on doing this on Tuesday, and then the next Tuesday doing the Bonza, as long as I order it like now. Yeah, I got to get off and order that Bonza now so I have it for next Tuesday. But other than that, I just hope everybody has a good New Year. Enjoy your night. Be safe tomorrow night, but have fun. If you watch the UFC, hit me up after it's over. And I guess we could also talk about it on Tuesday, right? And go check me out on Instagram. I'm going to post a couple pictures. Actually, like now, I have a couple pictures to post up. And then I got to shoot these coils that I just did. I got some coils to get in the mail. I went to the mail today, so if you bought coils, they're in the mail, but you've got notified. And that's it. Let's get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Good video, good video. Tuesday at around 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. What's it called? I don't know. I don't know about it. J-Vapes. I don't know what Addy that is. Send me a picture somewhere. I'm sure if I've seen it, I know what it is. But all right. Peace out. Yeah, this is the last video of the year, so we'll start off the new year with the dead rabbit. I'm really going this time. Peace out.